This one dude, he was robbing banks, right? And him and his homeboys at the bar drinking, right? So they shoot over to the bank. So then they just start robbing banks left and right. You feel me? So they robbing banks. So, I gotta tell you this one part. He was dating this girl in the bar, and she didn't know he was robbing banks. He was telling her he was doing.
They never do.
Yeah, whatever. So they're in the bar drinking one day, and the cops barge in, and they say he's under arrest for robbing banks. Because she's like, for what? He said, for robbing banks. She said, he doesn't need to rob banks. He's got a ton of money.
How you think you got it, baby?
That's like the most incriminating thing ever. So I was like, nigga, you don't got to rob
He got
banks.
millions in the couch.
All right, so he go to jail. He get out of
Shocker.
jail. He get out of jail, right? And he open a casket business. The casket business booming.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
And then he get a like a thing in the mail, like a flyer in the mail. Again, this some 90s shit, right? He get a flyer in the mail, like a magazine or whatever. And on the last page of the magazine, it had like a mask that looked real, right? This nigga having a good life. He's straight. He got an old lady, everything, right? And then he was just like, man, if I order this motherfucking mask,
Just keep calling.
I could go right back to robbing banks, man, and they won't know who the fuck I am, right? So that motherfucker got the mask and started robbing banks again, right? That motherfucker said he used to rob the bank and then he'll walk to his car, right? And then he get in the car and he take the mask and shit off. He said when the cops come, he'll drive by with his window down and look at him like...
I hope you get him.
And they were like saying he used to have some things to go on his hands or whatever. When he give it a note, that nigga fingers like don't move and shit. So they're like, we don't know if he black, white, or whatever. He covered up. So, but of course he would stop doing some crazy shit and got caught. But you can't do no shit like that today,
Not
man.
today. You walk out that bank, you on TikTok, you on everything. They know who you is and everything.
Watching so many of these crime shows and shit, bro. Like I'm finna tell y'all how to rob a bank. All right.
Oh shit.
This is what you do, man.
Mm-hmm.
You go in the bank, you have a letter, you hand the letter to the bank teller, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the big thing about all this shit, right?
That's the part they don't tell you, you know?
Legitimately closed the laptop.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
Them niggas police.
Is that the thing is you got to get up out of there, right? All right, so you go to the bank teller, you give them the note or whatever. Oh, also, if you want to take a gun, okay, that's completely up to your own discretion.
But you had 10 years.
Because you're going to get treated as if you have a gun if you rob a bank. Like, whatever the charge is for pulling a gun out with it, you're getting that too when you rob a bank.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is also another reason why I don't rob a bank. And it's just literally you can go in there with a note. You aggravated robbery. You're getting it. All right. So you get the note. You get the money. You leave. You don't go to the vault. You don't go to the other registers. You don't do none of that shit. Within 4 minutes, you need to be up out that bitch. And then I used to work at ADT Security Services or whatever, right? If you logically think about it, and of course we had to learn about all these statistics and shit, the police are never going to catch someone that broke in your house because of your security system. I mean, they're not going to catch them in the act.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Go. Yes. Oh, yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Yes. So
yeah.
That's what
Unless
it is.
the fucking alarm system like throw out a net.
That ain't the cops catch you. That's the alarm system.
The cops pull up. How you dastardly criminal?
Motherfucker,
Damn you, ADT!
But Macaulay Culkin catch your ass. They be slipping when he trying to run out. Whoop. But you know what I'm saying? They're never gonna catch you in the act. So the same thing for robbing a bank.
Yeah.
Like if you get about that bitch, the cops aren't gonna catch you because somebody hit the silent alarm or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, I'm gonna be about this bitch in 4 minutes. You know, even this dude one time he liked to get out within 4 minutes. He said, Shorty was doing all the stuff that you're supposed to do to procrastinate and shit. That nigga said he pulled the burn on and said, hurry up. He never pulled the burn on nobody before that robbery. He pulled the burn on the screen, hurry up. He said that money flew out that drawer.
She suddenly fixed whatever issue she had.
I'm sorry, bro. I never would do that for a job. I would never do that. I don't give a fuck what you taught me. If somebody came to that bitch and pulled the gun out and said, give me all the money as fast as possible, that's exactly
what you should do.
No
the
bullshit.
motherfucker's like, no, you know, try to talk to him, ask him about his day, install him. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. Y'all niggas got his shit insured.
No bullshit.
Y'all don't got me insured.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Man, it used to be.
Hey, when you take this bag of money, nigga, drop a few off by the Burger King over by the corner right between the two black cars, man. Don't you? Like, that's how I'm talking to the nigga.
If you robbed my old place of employment, it was a tracking device that come with everything that you're stealing, right? And I used to tell them niggas at work all the time, I said, if anybody ever robbed this bitch, I would tell them, don't take that tracking device right there. I'd be like, hey, bro, that's a tracking device. I swear to God. I would be like, hey, bro, that's a tracking device. Don't take
see why it's your last place of employment.
I'm dead ass, too. I seen this one episode where dude was robbing armored trucks. Of course, this was in the 90s or 2000. No, a different guy.
Okay.
All he did was get an outfit that was like a janitor outfit, but he looked like the security people. And then he seen where they went every single day and when they came. So he went like 15 minutes before. That nigga went to Kroger, right? Or grocery store. Picked up the deposit. They just gave it to him, right? He said when he walked in there, he said he was sweating bullets. Like the lady was on the phone and shit. He said, but then somebody turned and seen him and was like, the Lennox is here. Like that was the security people. He said, man, I just had a sigh of relief. But he said, but I was sweating like a motherfucker. Then they got the money or whatever, and they gave him the money, bro. And it was 120 bands, right? And then he went to the next place and picked it up, same grocery store, and he picked up 80 bands. Right? He just go from place to place. Then they go back to interview here. He said, my goal was to get $1 million cash. My goal was to get $1 million cash. And I'm like, what is wrong with people, bro?
They don't want to get away, man.
Like, I send the money. Can you send the money first?
Send the money.
If you talking, you might end up in the hearse. I might say some magic words, but I swear to God that I won't curse. Nah, I'm lying. Fuck them niggas. Fuck for what it's worth. And I'm like, send the money, send the cash, send the flash. And if I need to rob a bank, then I'm gonna get that fucking mask. And when my hands do not move, when I be handing her that note, I say, bitch, get the money. Then that knife is at her throat. And then it flew up out that drawer. Yeah, it flew up in my hand. I just ran, and now I'm laughing. I'm the man, and I didn't have to rob a bank, and I'm gonna do that shit again. I was drinking with my niggas. I was drinking with my friends, and they said, man, I ain't scared to walk up in that bitch with you. I said, I don't get the food and not the money. I'm gonna shoot. I said, damn, I need to rob a bank. I ain't never shooting blanks. I don't give a fuck. I'm at the baseball game eating ballpark franks. I'm man. Hold on. You can tell I made that up at the last minute.
But I tell you, that's what I enjoy. Like, this ain't a competition. You're not trying to win a rap-off.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying
have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
You the best. Some people say you number one.
Yeah.
You robbing banks, but you ain't never been on the run.
Nah.
Even if you use a paper, it's a gun. Look, I don't understand that. What if I come in with some boots and a hard hat with a note that says, can I borrow that? Like 5,000 with another zero on the end. Please don't call the police on me again. I did this a couple of years ago. I said I wasn't gonna do it no more, but so oddly enough, it costs too much to go out my door. So I need to come break in your store, asking for dollars and money for sure. So if you got the money, then just give me the money home and just let me just go. I ain't got time for none of that hating, none of that faking. From St. Thomas, I ain't never Jamaican. Give me that money, give me that paper, give me that shit right now, not later.
The Raw Hype Patreon. For more exclusive content, go to patreon.com/The Raw Hype. Turn up, Steve.